Hello everybody, this is Mr. Nardelli. Tonight I'm going to be talking to you about perimeter and area of polygons. I'm going to start with perimeter, and the perimeter is basically the distance around a polygon. There are some formulas, but you can always just resort to adding the sides. So say for example I've got a few of these polygons right here. Now we'll take the rectangle for example. I have a 20-inch by 13-inch rectangle. I need to make the assumption that this is a rectangle, so this side over here would be 13, and this side across would be 20. So if I added them up, and depending on how I add them up, I can add going around the perimeter, or add 20 plus 20, then 13 plus 13. It doesn't matter how you add it, but I would get 60 inches. Perimeter equals 60 inches. This figure is a trapezoid. And notice I have some of the same similar sides. I might choose to add 6 plus 6 is 12, and then add that to 13 and 7. Again, doesn't matter which you put in order, but when I added them up, I would get perimeter equals 32 inches. And then my triangle, one of the easier ones because I only have 3 sides, I might choose to add 12 plus 10, giving me 22, and then add that 7 to give me 29. So perimeter is pretty straightforward. Just be careful if you have some type of figure with 5, 6, 8, or 10 sides that you're careful as to which ones you've added so you don't accidentally add them more than once. So now let's go over area. First we have the area. The definition of an area, my definition, is the amount of stuff inside the polygon. Now the formula for finding the area of a rectangle or square is basically length times width. The book will tell you a square is side squared, and that is true, but it's still the same thing as length times width. So I'm going to take 20 inches and multiply by 13, and I'll get 260 square inches. I chose to use the SQ instead of the little exponent 2 there, but try to remember to put square inches. Now if I get to my next area, which is a parallelogram, and notice a parallelogram is just a kind of like a modified rectangle. In this course, you'll always be given this dotted line, which is the height. So our formula for parallelogram is basically the same thing, but we now call it base and height instead of length and width. So in this formula, or in this parallelogram, I would multiply the base, which is 25, times the height, which is 17, to get my 425 square inches. Be careful of this diagonal here. That's going to be given to you, and it's a distractor. Don't accidentally do 25 times 20. That will not give you the area. Now, our third polygon is a triangle, and we'll come down to the bottom here. And notice the formula for a triangle changes. The area is base times height, then divided by 2. The reason that is because a triangle is actually half of a rectangle. So you'll always be given a dotted line, unless, of course, you have a figure such as this. If you are given a right triangle, then this is your height. So you would multiply this times this and then divide by 2. So in that case, it's not dotted, it's the actual height. It'll be identified with a right angle symbol. So what I would do was multiply 25 times 30, and when I got that answer of 25 times 30, it gives me 750. I'll take 750 and divide by 2, and I'll get area is 375 square inches. So just a review of the area formulas. You notice the rectangle and square are basically the same. The parallelogram is the same, but we give it a different word. And then the triangle is the same with one little tweak, divide by 2. If you need anything, feel free to email me at nardelli.efsc@gmail.com. Thanks.